Okay. So today I'm going to demonstrate about brupsuit. This is the tool which we can use for intercepting the request which we are sending from client to server. So I hope that everybody is aware about the client and server architecture. So I'll just present this. Okay. So in this brupsuit, what we are going to do is from our web browser, we are sending a request to server for opening any page. Let's say we are sending a request to open any website, any domain we are requesting from the browser to open. Now the server is responsible for sending the request back and which will be shown on our browser. So server is sending a response and web browser is sending a request. Now, if someone in between this communication is able to listen this request and able to modify this request, or if the server is responding anything, if someone is able to modify this response, so someone can sit between the communication. So today we will see that how brupsuit is going to sit between this communication. We will see that what all information we are sending from the web browser. We can see all those requests, the parameters which are there, what request we are sending, and then how we can manage the response which is coming back from the server. So these all things we are going to do today. So when I'm talking about that someone is in between the user and application, or server and the server and the client, so this particular kind of attack is called man in the middle attack. So just give you a little brief about man in the middle attack. This is generally a term when we can say that the attacker position himself, right, in the conversation between a client and the server. So this particular attacker can now listen that what user or client is sending to server, and then what kind of response this server is sending back to the client. So whatever information you are sending, so what can happen is this is basically impersonating one of the parties. Means client is thinking that I am sending a request to server, but this connection is not available because new connection is created with the help of this attacker, with the help of the tools which we can use, like the tool which we are going to use today. So user is thinking that I'm sending a request to server, but this attacker is impersonating as a server, receiving the request, sending request back to the client. So this is how this man in the middle attack, and complete exchange of information is totally in a normal way. You will not feel that somebody is listening. I will show you right now once the slides will complete, because I just wanted to show you these steps. So tomorrow, if you will be coming with brupsuit installed in your system, then you can practice few things with me also during this session. So main goal of this attack, we can say, is to steal the data, which is important. Now this data can be the password, the login credentials, the account details, the credit card details. So these are the things which attacker is looking for to get from the client. Let's say you are opening a bank website, you are logging that bank website. Now if someone is able to intercept in between the details, so whatever details clients are sending, all those details this attacker can listen, and based upon that the response can be forwarded back to the client. Now the targets are typically we can say the financial applications, the SaaS applications, or we can say the e-commerce website where we are buying something online, and the other websites where the login is important, because their main motto is to get the credentials, the data which you have and which you are sending. Now whatever information is obtained during the attack, what has happened is it can be used for any purpose, like it can be used for identity theft, number one. Or it can be used for, like, it can be say that the fund transfer is not approved. Maybe whatever funds you are transferring, it is transferred to some other bank account, but the message which you are going to receive is that the fund transfer is not approved. Maybe some kind of error can be sent by the attacker, but the data is going to be submitted to some other account. That balance is going to be credited to some other account. Or maybe the attacker can change the password, so you will not be able to log in that. So a lot of things attacker can do in that. So what we can say is that whenever you are surfing any website, use the safe browser which cannot be intercept, use the safe connection which cannot be intercept to, like, save from such attacks. So if you see the burp suit, this burp suit is sitting between the client and the server application. Now this burp suit proxy, or MITM proxy, man in the middle attack proxy, also man in the middle proxy, this is also known as burp suit or man in the middle proxy. So burp suit is basically a web application framework which is basically developed by the Port Swigger. Now in this case, this particular software is used by the security professionals. Just a second. Man in the middle proxy. So in this, we were discussing that this is a web application framework which security persons are using to perform the penetration testing, means to check the various ways and to find out the security flaws, and also if these flaws are there, how we can remove that. So for that also we have a lot of tools which we can use. So burp suit is basically, we can say that the collection of multiple tools which can be used to find out security flaws, right? And also what I'm going to do is right now how to configure burp suit, how we can use burp suit to attack. So all these things we are going to see, and also the HTTPS traffic which is coming, HTTP traffic, how to read this traffic, what kind of parameters are there, that we are going to see. But before that, let's understand the three different kind of the editions which are available. So the enterprise is available, professional is available, and community. So today, because this is for the academic purpose, I'm going to use the community edition, which you also can use. You also can download it and you can have it in your system. But lot of features are not available in the community edition. In the enterprise edition, we have a web vulnerability scanner, scheduled and repeat scans, but in the community edition we are not having all those things, but the manual tools are available which we can use to learn these kind of attacks and to find out the security flaws. So maybe in the coming sessions we will see the how we can do the web application penetration testing. Few examples and case studies I will also demonstrate using the burp suit and DBWA setup. So we have a damn vulnerable web application. So using that, we will demonstrate the attacks also. Now, this is the link from where you can go and you can get the information. So I will share this with everyone in the chat. So what you can do is you can, where is the chat? Okay, यहाँ पर है. So you can download the community edition, you can practice it so that for the latest coming sessions, you can practice those things with me. So what we can do with this is, I'll just go to the burp suit now after this slide. Now in this case, you have to download the installer from the burp suit professional. And once you download it, you just have to open it and you have to start it. Now in this, the burp suit is going to tell you about the intercept HTTP request and response sent between your browser and your target server. So please remember this diagram that the burp suit proxy is sitting between the client and the server and listening the request and modifying the response also. So it is acting like a server for a client and it is acting like a client for a server, right? So dono, for both the things, it is going to impersonate. So it is going to create a fake identity for both. For client, it is a fake server. For server, it is a fake client. Now, the step one is we are going to launch the burp embedded browser. Now you can set up your Chrome, Firefox also for the burp proxy. But for the practice purpose, I just recommend that you should use the embedded browser which is given in that, because you are going to test the security thing, you are going to plan the attacks, but these kind of browsers are very, very safe. So it's better to have a embedded browsers which is available in the burp. So how to reach to that? First we will go to that place. So this is the burp suite which is available. So we'll just open it. You just have to open this community edition, nothing else. Once we will open this burp suite, it will take time. So because this is a community edition, you just have to go with the default things which are available. So this is going to start with this. Okay. Now if you see this page is taking you to the proxy page. Now in the proxy page, if you see, you have intercept on, you have open browser, and you can also use a different browser. The documentation is given that you can change the server and port number for the other browser and you can configure it. But what I'm going to use here is I'm going to use the embedded browser of burp for setting up and for accessing it. Okay, so let's open this browser. So now when I'm going to open this browser, so this particular browser is open. So I'm not going to restore it because I have practiced few things. Now, whatever we want to surf, we can surf from here. But first, what we have to do is, if you go to burp suite again, we just have to intercept is off. Now, if we are going to look for google.com, we can open google.com. But now what I want to show is, now my intercept, I'm going to make it on. So now my intercept is on. When I'm coming over here and asking for google.com, I'm refreshing it. So I'm coming to this particular burp suite. And if you see this page, still I'm thinking that maybe my internet is not good. Maybe I'm not able to connect to the website. So I'm seeing this kind of rolling, looking for the response from the server. Now, who is the server right now? The server is burp suite only. So now what we are going to see over here is, when I'm going to forward this request, then only this page will be displayed. Otherwise, what will happen? We have a drop option also. So if you don't want to allow that client to open this website, we can drop this. The moment we drop these packets, what will happen is, I'll just show you. We are not able to see the google.com because burp has dropped that request. So you cannot see that. And now the request is dropped by the user. You are not able to see the page. But if you are going to forward this request, then this page will be open. You can see this blink. Now we are going to forward it with few clicks of forward. You will be able to forward this. Whatever is coming from the server, you are going to forward it as it is. And we can see this google.com page is open. So whatever is coming from the browser, we are able to see over here. And whatever we see in the burp suite, we can manage the request which is coming. Also, what we can do is we can go and check the HTTP history also, that how many websites is traversed and how many requests and URL is accessed. So what is the IP? Lot of things we can see, time, ports on which it is listened, MIME type also. So lot of things we can check over here. Status also we can check. So a lot of things we can see over here, and in the option we can also mention that which one default we need to see and what kind of intercept request we want to manage in this. So all these things you can manage over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is the pot swigger is having these all I have already explained, that you are going to get something like this when you are going to open it. Then you can intercept a request, intercept on, you can open a browser, you can practice on that. You can intercept that. We have also seen that the host and other things are also coming on this location. So we can see that which host is requested, what kind of attributes are there, that also we have seen that we can check those things. Now, if we are forwarding the request, so we have seen two options, forward and drop. Drop means you don't want to allow user to access that website. We can switch off the interception also if you don't want to disturb the request every time. Whenever we want to intercept that, then we can have this intercept off. Otherwise, we can make it off also. Now we can check the HTTP history also, which we have seen. So I'll just going back to that place. I'll just go to the intercept. I'll make it off. Now, if you see this HTTP history, so this history is available over here. When you are going to intercept this, intercept on, when you are going to refresh it, whatever data you are requesting to open the google.com, everything is coming over here. You can see lot of things. You can see the request attribute which is coming over here. Method is get. I hope that you are aware about get and post methods. Request headers, request cookies. So header also we have lot of things which are passed in the header. So that is everything is coming over here. We can change that. We can add some more headers also. Now, if you come to the slides again, so you can see the HTTP history, which we have seen already, that lot of things we can find out from the history. Now we are going to check that how we can modify the request. Let's say you're buying something from online website, right? And your bill amount is in lakhs, but attacker can modify that bill, and that lakhs of bill can be converted into very small amount, 1 rupees or 2 rupees, or maybe zero amount also. How we can do that? For that, the Ports figure has given few examples and few labs for the beginners, those who can practice and learn these things. So we are going to practice those things. So if I take you to that place, this is a link which is mentioned over here for the lab practice. So I'm going to open this. I'm going to make it off. Then I'm going to open this. So if I'm going to open this is going to ask me to log in. So those who are not having the brupsuit, or those who have not started practicing it, after today's session, what you can do is you can open this website. So I will put it in the chat again. You can open this website and then you can create your account by just giving your mail ID. It is a free resources which are available. So I'm just going to stop my screen so that I can log in, and then I will start my screen again. So you just have to enter your registered mail ID and password they are going to give you on the mail, which you can change later on. So that is also allowed, that you can change your password. So remember me on this computer, log in. I'm going to reshare my screen. Okay, so if you see this, I reach to this place where I'm going to access the lab which is given over here. And for this, the password is VNR and Peter, which I'm going to use. So when you are going to create this account, lot of things you can practice over here. So if you see this particular website here, there are a lot of products which are available, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my account, which is a login account which is given for the practicing of this lab. I'm giving a username and password which is designed for this lab, and you can see that this store credit is $100. So means $100 credit you have, and you can purchase lot of things from this $100. So I'm going back to the home, and I want to select few things. So what I'm going to do is, so this is the giant pillow which I want to buy. So when I want to add this cart, what I'm going to do is I'm selecting this, and I'm going to start the intercept also. Add to cart. If you see over here, the message is coming that I'll just copy it and I'll show you that what is. Now if you see over here, see, product ID 2, redirection is product, quantity is 1, and price is this. So what I can do is I can change this price figure. So I can make it 1 or 0 or 2. I can change the quantity over here, and I can forward this request. So here, what I can do is I can make it 1, and then I can forward this request. So I have forwarded this request. I have this bucket, right? I'm going to stop this intercept again. I'm coming back over here. I'm going to check my account. Now you see that the price is what we mentioned. $0.01 is the price, because that was the Indian price which was mentioned over here. So when you are saying $0.01 you have to pay, but you have changed the price which was earlier mentioned in 88 something dollar was there. So now I can place the order. When I'm going to place the order, you see that what is happening. The price is 51.47, quantity is 1, but your bill is 0.01, because we have intercepted this request and we have changed the order. Now we are only going to pay 0.01, that's it, nothing else. So this is how these kind of man in the middle attacks are happening, and they are able to change the way the request and response is coming and going back to the client, right? So in today's session, I will explain these points only, and I hope that tomorrow when you will be coming for this session, you all will be having your Bob suit installed on your machines, so that we can practice the other labs also which are available over there, and we can see lot more things which we can happen with the things, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my screen, and I think this is all which I want to share, sir, today, so that like participants will not get a lot of things. So easily they can understand these things, and then we can have. So Tariq sir, this is all for today. Tomorrow maybe we can practice few more things. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. So maybe we can do it tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, sir. Yeah.